Eddie Hearn just dropped huge news on the former light heavyweight undisputed champion, Dmitry Bivol. Dmitry Bivol's back. That's it. It's Dmitry Bivol's back. I mean, you see what I did there? Like, he just had surgery on his back, and Eddie Hearn's talking about when he's coming back. Never mind. Let's just get to the video.
Hello guys, this is Rolly Romero.
Yo, my name is Nonito Donaire. What's up guys, Designer's Eyes.
We're here with Bob Santos Boxing.
And I rock with Dr. Boxing Talk.
I want to give a quick shout out to Dr. Boxing Talk.
And I want to give a big shout out to Dr. Boxing Talk. Thank you for all the love, thank you for all the support.
You're rocking with Dr. Boxing Talk. Get your daily news from my man right here, the best in the business. Let's get it, baby.
All day, baby.
Amen.
Bam!
If I tell you I'm good, probably you'll say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
Yo, what's good, Boxing Talk family? Welcome back to your favorite boxing news channel, Dr. Boxing Talk, and we are back. You know what I'm talking about? Just like Dmitry Bivol. Boxing Talk family, rise up. Hey, we are here today because Eddie Hearn has provided us an update for Dmitry Bivol, and he's saying that he's back from back surgery, right? And he's looking for big fights upon his return. And he even added some further specificity saying that we could expect Dmitry Bivol to make his return in the first quarter of 2026. So, you know, the first quarter, that means it's between January, February, and March, right? And I think that's dope, you know, because it's always good to have Dmitry Bivol back in the mix. And we want to see him against the other top fighters, particularly particularly Beterbiev, Artur Beterbiev. That's who I want him to prioritize to get that trilogy, you know, straightened out, you see? And then the second person that I want him to target is David Benavidez. But if he fights somebody like Callum Smith, I'm cool with that too. Or David Morrell, I'm cool with that too, even though Callum Smith and David Morrell are rumored to be fighting each other. But that'd be cool. Or even somebody like Joshua Buatsi, who just got by Zach Parker by the skin of his teeth. But we all want to see Bivol and Beterbiev and Benavidez. Those three mix it up in some way, shape, or form, you know, or fashion. So that's what I want. And that is what Eddie Hearn has confirmed. He said, yeah, Dmitry Bivol, he wants the big fights too. But there's another name that he added in there that I'm not too excited about. For your listening pleasure, we are now on Spotify under Dr. Boxing Talk. The same thing on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, everything. Dr. Boxing Talk, man. Come rock with us. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. He talked about Canelo Alvarez. Now, you know, if you rock with this channel, Cinnamon's one of my favorite fighters of all time, right? I really rock with Cinnamon, you know. And you know, Cinnamon's just coming off of a loss to Terrence Crawford, who deserved that victory, man. Terrence Crawford established himself as one of the GOATs for real. You see what I'm saying? But they're both all-time greats. Terrence Crawford was just a better man. You feel me? Much better man. And Canelo, you know, I still think he's a beast. I still think he's a formidable player. I don't think he needs to retire. But we're talking about him potentially fighting Dmitry Bivol, a guy that essentially won every round against him. Like, stop it. Like, we don't want to see that, number one. Number two, Canelo would be coming up again, or maybe they'll meet halfway, or maybe I don't see Bivol going down, but maybe he could go down. He flirted with it a little bit, but even still, he would still remain the bigger man. So we just saw Canelo lose to a smaller man. So then Cinnamon fighting a bigger man, it just, the optics aren't good, you know, for convincing the public that this is a good fight. But nevertheless, he said he wants big fights, and the big fights that he named are Saul Canelo Alvarez, aka Cinnamon, Artur Beterbiev, David Benavidez, aka the Mexican Monster, and Jai Opetaia. I'm not gonna lie, that Jai Opetaia fight is interesting, but once again, I want to prioritize handling business in your home division. Like, let's stop skipping steps. Jai Opetaia needs to handle some business with Zurdo. I want those cruiserweights, and Badu Jack too, the WBC champion. But I want, whether it's Badu Jack, the WBC champion at cruiserweight, Jai Opetaia, the IBF or Ring Magazine champion at cruiserweight, or Zurdo Ramirez, the WBA, WBO champion at cruiserweight. I want them to mix it up. And until they do that, I don't want to hear nothing about Zurdo fighting Benavidez potentially, or Bivol fighting Opetaia potentially, or anything else, man. Let's let Bivol fight Beterbiev. Let's keep the main thing the main thing. Let's prioritize the trilogy. You know what I'm saying? Bring that chapter to a close. And then whoever wins between Bivol and Beterbiev, move on to fight Benavidez, because Benavidez is a belt holder, the WBC belt holder at light heavyweight right now. So let's get some straightening in our divisions first and then move up. Similar to what Terrence Bud Crawford did. Budrick handled business at 147. You see what I'm saying? After he became undisputed for the second time. And then he went up for a legacy, a legendary, pretty much bag I don't want to say he's chasing the bag because I don't want to say it in a negative connotation, but you know, it was everything, right? It was legacy and economically speaking, it was a big revenue generating fight. So it was legacy and money all wrapped in one, and that's how it should be. But Terrence Crawford handled business at 147 first. So you could say, oh, well, you know, he was at 154. Yeah, but he didn't clear out 154. I'm not saying you have to clear it out, but there was no rivalry there for him at 154. He got a belt as a one fight stint, and then he moved on to fight Canelo Alvarez. You see what I'm saying? David Benavidez and Bivol and Beterbiev, it's definitely a rivalry between Bivol and Beterbiev, and then Benavidez has joined the fray, right? Since he joined light heavyweight and being undefeated, he wants to mix it up with them. So these are fights that have some history. You know, Terrence Crawford didn't really have any established history at 154 before he moved up to go fight Canelo. You see what I'm saying? I know he just beat Israel Madrimov, but then you got some other champions like Sebastian Fedora. They had no history. You see, even with Tim Tszyu before that, they didn't have any history. Bakram Murtazalev, nobody really knows him, you know, outside of purists, right? And then who was another champion? Xander Zayas for the WBO. So there was no established rivalry for Terrence Crawford to even really entertain like that. That's why I consider him handling business and doing what he wants to do. But Bivol fighting Opetaia, I wouldn't be mad at, like I said, these are good fights. I wouldn't be mad at Zurdo versus David Benavidez either. For your listening pleasure, we are now on Spotify under Dr. Boxing Talk. The same thing on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, everything. Dr. Boxing Talk, man. Come rock with us. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. But I would much rather see David Benavidez and Beterbiev and Bivol, them mix it up, and Zurdo and Opetaia and Badu Jack, them mix it up, and then whoever comes out on top, then maybe we could talk about them trying to unite their division. You see what I'm saying? I just think it should be, there's an order to things, there's a process. I don't think it should be abandoned, because at the end of the day, I think if we do that, then a lot of the fans lose, you know, because we didn't get to see who's a real dominant person in that division. So I think that it would behoove not just the fans in our fandom, but also the fighters as well, so they could really know definitively who conquered the division. But yeah, so it seems like Eddie Hearn is saying that Bivol could come back, and he's not interested in any tune-up fights. He's not interested in any filler fights. He just wants the big fights, which includes, according to them, Artur Beterbiev, David Benavidez, Jai Opetaia, and Canelo Alvarez. Let me know who you most want Bivol to come back and fight. You know, for me, I want it to be Beterbiev, the trilogy, get it underway. Get it finalized, you know what I'm saying? Get it wrapped up and pushed to the side, get that completed, and then move on to other people. Let me know who would you rather see him out of those four, who you want Bivol to fight. But I appreciate y'all rocking with me as always. Drop it in the comments. Don't forget to smack that like button. The most important thing, remember, with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.